afternoon. Welcome to the Bo Robinson Coaches Show. And we are joined by two seniors here, as we do every week. We've got number 1, Ashton Douglas, and number 34, Trey Robbins. We welcome you guys to our Coaches Show this morning. And so we want to start out with Ashton. Number 1, kind of the jack of all trades on the football team. I've seen you line up at a bunch of different positions, offense and defense. So if you'll tell us a little bit about that and tell us about yourself and which position you like the most and how your senior year is going. So go ahead, Ashton.
Everything's going pretty good, actually. With all the position changes and stuff.
What position do you play on defense? It's okay.
Defensive end and tackle.
Defensive end, defensive tackle.
Yes, sir.
Which one do you like the most, and kind of which one do you like to play the most, or is it about the same?
It's about the same, but I kind of favor the tackle a little bit more. I don't know.
Why is that?
A lot of hands-on are good.
Yeah.
A little bit more aggression.
You bet. Okay. Yeah. So what about on the offensive side of the ball?
Offense, playing quarterback and a receiver, starting receiver now. Everything's looking pretty good.
That's great. So as far as receiver, are you in the slot or on the outside? And
Starting out on the outside this week.
Uh-huh.
Outside.
Yeah, that's great. And so you know, a lot of people don't realize, they think when they say receiver that it's more or less just going out and catching a pass, but there's a little blocking involved in that too. Is that right?
Of course, yes, sir.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, great job, Ashton. You're having a great year, and best of luck tonight against the Needville Blue Jays. And now we're going to turn to Trey Robbins, number 34. Trey plays linebacker and plays a little fullback and on offense. And so just, you know, Trey, we call your name out quite a bit. You make lots of tackles for the Bulldogs, and that does not go unnoticed by our fans and Mr. Quinn and I and everyone that our spotter, Michael Malik. So just a couple of things. You know, you played 5A ball before you came to Yoakum and played 3A ball. What was the difference in that? You played at San Antonio Warren compared to here, or the whole experience?
Well, San Antonio doesn't shut down on Friday nights for football. Yoakum does, and so that's a big one for me. Is Yoakum, Texas? It's ball down here, and football in San Antonio is a little bit. I liked it. It was fun. It was an experience, but it was it's not anything comparing to Yoakum. So
and that's a big 5A school, obviously, compared to a 3A school.
6A.
6A school. I'm so sorry. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Well, that pretty much sums that up. That's interesting. Yeah, the Friday night shut down in Yoakum, Texas.
Yes,
yeah. Well, so you know, playing a little fullback, playing linebacker. Your favorite position is linebacker, correct? And,
yes.
And tell us a little bit about that and how much coaching goes on at home and from Grandpa and Grandma and in San Antonio there. Trey's dad was the head football coach. Trey's dad was the head football coach at Warren, and then his grandpa obviously coached many years for the San Antonio Clark Cougars. Did a great job there, had a lot of wonderful athletes, and won a lot of football games. So just elaborate a little bit out on the history of football in your family, okay?
My whole life, basically, football. I got a picture in my house. I was like this big of a football, and there's a football beside me. So that's basically my entire life revolved around it. I get home, my dad he knows about every position on the field. So when I play linebacker, he's coached it before. He can help me on things that maybe I have questions that don't come up at practice or film study. He helps me out. My grandpa, when I have questions, he's always there to answer them. So it's beneficial to me to have as many resources around me for when I have questions that like either I don't ask at practice or don't realize until I get home that I have. So I think it's kind of just something that I've always had. So I don't know what it's like to not have it. Yeah. But it's pretty cool.
Well, good. Well, thank you for elaborating on that. And we appreciate you two guys joining us on our coaches show today and your senior season. Best of luck tonight. Best of luck on the rest of the season, and we definitely enjoy watching both of you guys play ball. And we will continue that throughout the season. So good luck tonight, guys. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
We're joined by head football coach Bo Robinson, and coach. So we came up a little short Friday night against the Gobblers, but still I thought a lot of positive, excellent performance. The kids played hard by our football team. If we can elaborate, just talk about that a little bit. Your thoughts on last Friday night.
Yeah, obviously we'd like to have won the game, but I thought our kids played extremely hard. You know, we a lot of times you don't find out things you need to fix until you play somebody good enough to expose you. And our offensive line is probably where we've got to grow the most right now, and we were exposed there a little bit, but that's going to continue to get better. And with all the things that went against us in that game, to have a chance, at the end still. So our kids played extremely hard. They didn't let the moment get to them, and there's been times when we've gone over to Cuero, and that's always a big thing, and the moments got to us. But the kids didn't do that. They played hard. They fought through adversity, and I think they'll grow from that. You never let a loss go to waste. You always learn from those things, and hopefully that'll make us grow and get stronger and be better as we go forward.
Absolutely, it will absolutely it'll make us better, coach. And the sun came up Saturday morning and life went on, and it was okay. And let me just remind everybody, one game doesn't define a season. So, so we're going to learn from it, and we're looking forward to this week. The Needville Blue Jays. Good friend of mine, superintendent over there, Curtis Rhodes, just got off the phone with him. He's ready. He's coming over, and so the Blue Jays will come in here. Probably one of the best ball games we played last year there. We went into overtime, and I think we went for it and scored.
They scored first, kicked the extra point, and then we scored and went for two.
Jaden Jones. So looking forward, it'll be another battle tonight here at Bulldog Stadium. So what do the Blue Jays bring to the table, Coach?
Well, they're sitting over there south of Houston. They've got an enrollment of about 1,200 kids, so they're probably
in high school,
three times as many kids in high school
absolutely.
as we have. But they're going to spread it out and throw it. Probably not as pass heavy as they've been the last few years. They're a little more 70-30 run this time, but they've got two good backs, a good quarterback, and their receivers run routes as well as anybody will see all year. And they're well coached. And I would assume that they'll be over here ready to play. They got beat by Navarro last week in a game that was really close, well into the fourth quarter, and then Navarro kindly pulled away at the end. But I'm sure they'll be trying to get back to the winning side of things, and obviously we will be too.
Absolutely, we'll be ready to go here at Bulldog Stadium. Coach, last year, just looking back on it, they had two great big defensive tackles, just solid. That kind of, that was a challenge. They still big up front, size-wise and everything else.
Well, those two defensive tackles are gone. One of them went to Rice, and the other one's not there anymore. I don't know where he is, but probably not as big up front defensively. They lost some really good players. Offensively, their two guards are big. Those are the best two offensive linemen to go along with two really good backs that are, they've got a freshman and sophomore running back that are really good, and then that quarterback is a good runner as well. So they're not without talent, maybe not quite as talented as they were last year.
You talked about they run the ball a little bit more. In the past it was Coach Giles is a protege of Art Briles. We know that offense. He coached at Baylor, and Coach Briles and Curtis Rhodes were together at Stephenville. That's how the whole thing got together in that way. But they're running the ball a little more now, so which is kind of interesting, because usually they throw that thing around a lot and go fast, right? No huddle still.
Exactly. And Coach Briles, if you followed him, I was coaching in West Texas. He was at Stephenville for a long time, and Coach Briles did what they could do. If they didn't have a quarterback, they were going to be able to run the ball. And I think their quarterback's very capable, but I think they feel like they're better running the ball now than they were last year. That gives them a better chance to win. So I I think they're just doing what they think gives them the best chance to win.
Right, yeah, definitely. And on the special teams coach, you know, big schools like that, pretty good kicker, kickoff, will they place it where they want to, punting situations and things like that?
They place it, they don't punt a whole lot.
Right.
They'll line up in the offense in the shotgun, and they'll make you think they're gonna go for it, then they'll back the quarterback up a couple of steps and punt it. So they don't
They're
let
still
you.
doing that, they've done that in the past a lot, so the
They don't-
quarterback's the punter.
Exactly. They don't let you put your return team out there because they want to kick it to your free safety, not your punt returner. So, you know.
Yeah,
And sometimes, you know, you're not even gonna put your free safety back because you're gonna play defense, and then that's a whole, you know, sometimes they can gain some yardage in field position doing that.
right, okay, well, they're consistent, that's what they've done in the past, can try to create challenges and confusion, get where we won't line up right. You know, Coach, we saw last week in the extra point, I'm not sure what you call it, where they spread it out on the extra
Swinging
point.
gate.
The swinging gate, yeah. Quero kind of did it, does Needville do that also in that? If I remember?
We haven't seen them do
Okay.
it, but they could. You know,
Yeah.
that's always something people can spring on you.
You bet, you bet. So I thought that was interesting last week when they pulled that, and we were there, I think we lined up right.
We
Just
lined up
missed
right,
the
but
time.
we'd seen it on film.
Sure, I see. Okay, well, something to look forward to. We'll see what happens. But defensively, Coach, I still think we're really playing great ball, and it will be fun. It's going to be fun to see our defense match up with the offense. That I know Needville always has a good offense, and you get worried about our kids getting tired, obviously. But yeah, I think we can play with the best of them.
Oh, yeah.
You just on that a little bit. You feel the same way, Coach?
I do. Well, you know, we've been playing really well defensively, and you know a couple plays we got beat on last week were just mental errors. You know, just not
Sure.
getting lined up right. But the kids are playing with great effort, and you can win a lot of football games with the way they're playing. So I feel good about us defensively going in. We'll be without one of our players this week. We're holding him out just as a precautionary measure. Sure, we got dinged up a little bit, but I think we're going to have a couple of young guys in there playing for him that may surprise you. You hadn't heard their names a whole lot. You may hear it this week because we're going to get after their quarterback.
Before we conclude, JV and freshmen, how did they do last night, and our junior high kids?
The JV lost 14-8 in a close game in Needville. The freshmen won 24-16, and the 8th grade won at Nixon 24-0. And those teams are playing really well. We picked up a game because of COVID last year. We had a hard time scheduling junior high games these last 2 years because of our non-district schedule so far off.
Right.
But we picked up junior high games for next week. Yesterday, we're going to play Orange Grove, and it's going to be in Orange Grove. It's going to be a drive. We may have to spend the night down there. But we've got them games, and we're going to play next week. So
Well, good.
excited about the young kids that are really playing well, and that 8th grade has got some great big old linemen, you know, and the freshman class has some kids that I think they're going to be really good linemen. So we in a couple of years we may have to order some new uniforms, some triple X, you know, get some big guys back out here.
That'd be great, Coach. There's nothing wrong with that. Well, congratulations to our youngsters, and appreciate we talked about them and their success. And good luck tonight, Coach.
Thank you.
Go Bulldogs. We're now joined by Coach Kayla Nato, our head volleyball coach, and Kylie Velick, one of our seniors for the volleyball team. Welcome, Kylie. Appreciate you being here. Kind of tell us a little bit about your position on the volleyball team and the goals for this year, and a little bit. Just elaborate on that a little bit, okay?
I'm the libero on the varsity team, and that's the person who wears a different color jersey.
The libero, a lot of people, if you're not familiar with volleyball, they have the different color. Explain that a little bit. Why the different color? What you do? What your role is? And the history of that a little bit here.
Okay, the libero is typically one of the best passers on the team, and we can only play in the back row. Like, you can't go front row at all. So, yeah.
Correct, and it's a very important part of it. Obviously, the whole team is important, but I think that's what starts it all. Is that right? Coach Nato's over there. So, yeah, when you say one of the better passers, that's the thing. When you say passing, you're setting up, correct? on the whole team. All right, exactly.
Yeah, and the reason for the different colored jersey is because she can kind of just go in and out pretty much whenever she wants.
Substitution
Yeah, so
wise.
it's not technically a substitution, because in high school volleyball you get 18 subs where they go up to the line. But Kylie, she can go in and out basically whenever she wants. So that's why they have the different colored jerseys.
Excellent. Okay, thank you for pointing that out, Coach. And so Kylie, you know, last Wednesday night, big victory. We rolled down there to Industrial and had a great deal of success. Talk about that a little bit. And we're so proud of y'all. It was, I got the text immediately. So tell us about that experience.
Well, we went to Industrial and we weren't picked to win, but we won in 5, and so that was a big upset. And yeah, we played well as a team. We had a lot of changes. We had 2 players hurt, so I feel like we overcame that, which normally we probably wouldn't do. So it was a good victory.
Well, congratulations. That's a huge victory, and I know we will build off of that success, playing with confidence, and to get that big victory. You know, people don't realize it's hard to go play at somebody else's gym and win. That's very difficult, but to overcome, I didn't realize the injuries, but to overcome those challenges, playing at Industrial's home court, and the tradition of Industrial, you know, they pretty much dominated it for a while. In fact, you know, state champions a couple of years ago and won the region several times. So they've set the benchmark, and we overcame them. And I just want to tell both of y'all, congratulations. We're very proud of y'all. And so, you know, tonight's homecoming. You've got the mom on. Man, that's cool. And so we're going to play tomorrow night, right? So tell me about that. We're looking forward to that game, Kylie. What are we expecting?
We're playing Palacios and Palacios, and typically they're not like a great team, but we can't. Our trouble is like underestimating teams.
Correct.
So we can't do that.
We don't want to play to their level.
Play our level.
Exactly. So we're looking forward to that, and we got our mind right, and we're ready to roll Saturday and take care of the Palacios Lady Sharks, I guess. Yes. And Kylie, senior year, you also play basketball and play softball, catcher on the softball team. And so we're looking forward, you know, after volleyball, watching you succeed in the rest of those sports. So thank you for joining us, and good luck tomorrow night and the rest of the volleyball season. We're very proud of you, and best of luck. Thank you for joining us. We're joined by Coach Nato. Coach, congratulations on the big district win. We're 2-0 in district, going for 3-0. Just tell us about the big victory in Industrial.
Yeah, it was a great team victory. You know, like Kylie said earlier, we went in with a different lineup. I had to change it Tuesday during practice. You know, we had an injury. So we went in with a different lineup that we hadn't really practiced all that much. And you never know how they're going to respond to that change. And you know, we kind of talked about the mental aspect of it all. You know, staying calm and, you know, just doing your job and going out there and competing. And so we took the first set, 25-22, okay? And second set, we had a pretty significant lead, and one of my outside hitters dove for a ball, hit her head on the floor, so you gotta come out, take a little break. She actually was not able to go back in, but we, again, had to throw a sub in off the bench. We were able to win that set as well, so we were up 2-0. And then set 3, we had a big lead and just couldn't quite put it away. So then that fourth set, they had the momentum, and then we get to the 5th set. And let me tell you, playing the 5th set in Industrial, their gym, have you been there?
I've been there.
It's like a barn. Everything just echoes.
It
they
echoes.
had their cheerleaders.
It's rocking. Yes.
It was crazy. You know, we're yelling at the girls on the court, and they can't hear a thing that we're saying.
Right.
So it was a fun environment. We won that 5th set, 15-13. So I'm super proud of the girls. You know, there's a lot of adversity there. You know, they had to deal with a lot of changes, and they did a great job. I hope they're not satisfied with it. I hope they're ready to keep getting better. It was not our best volleyball that we could play. So I'm excited to keep going and see what happens.
Well, congratulations, Coach. We're excited too, and just talking about it, just the accomplishment of overcoming adversity and having success. That's such a big confidence builder.
Oh, yeah.
And it shows you the maturity of our team and what a great job the coaches are doing and the players are doing, and we're just so proud of them.
Well, thank you.
So, and we will carry that confidence into tomorrow
Yes.
at Palacios. And what time is that ball game? What's our
The-
volleyball game?
JV, freshman and JV, they both play at noon, and then varsity will play right after.
Play right
Round
after
one.
that. Okay, well, that'll give us plenty of time to get over Friday night homecoming and,
Yes.
you know, recuperate, get on the bus, get a good breakfast, and get to Palacios. So, what are the Sharks? They, you know, I know they've dealt with some challenges. I believe. I know they went to Columbus. Just reading through the emails,
Yes.
I know they took 7 girls. I believe, is that right? And so, tell us a little bit about Palacios and their volleyball. And
Yeah, they-
what we're to be expecting.
They started off district probably not how they pictured. You know, only
Correct.
having the 7 girls at Columbus, that's tough. But I think they're going to be full force on Saturday.
They'll be ready. Yeah, we're
so
gonna have to
I-
be ready for the challenge.
I
Yes.
expect them to be ready to go and ready to get their first. They're going to try real hard to get their first district win. Palacios, that's another hard gym to play in. It's different than ours. You know, the lighting's a little different. Things, I don't know. It's little things like that can kind of throw you off on the volleyball court. But we've talked to the girls about it, and you know, mentally, I think we're ready. You know, we're definitely. I remind them all the time, like, you are not a good enough volleyball player yet to underestimate anybody.
Correct.
Like, you have to go in there. You have to play as hard as you can every time.
Don't
And
take anything for granted.
I try not to hurt their feelings with it, but sometimes I just gotta remind them. It's like, it was a great victory, good job, but we're not there yet.
We call it tough love, Coach. There's
Exactly.
nothing wrong with that. It's coaching and tough love, and you got to be realistic. And but our girls are obviously they're receptive to that, and we're so proud of the success, and I know it will continue. So we're 2-0, and looking forward to a victory. That puts us at 3-0, and I get the standings. I think Columbus, Yoakum, and Tide Haven.
Yes.
Tide Haven's 3-0. Yes. So that game will be. No, it's not, because next week we've got Columbus and Hallettsville, I do believe. Looking down, don't let me jinx you, Coach. I don't want to jinx you. But anyway, just the opportunity of being 3-0
Yes.
and playing Columbus. That's a big one next week. Obviously, we got to get by Palacios first, so we don't forget about that. But the good thing is kind of controlling our own destiny. We continue to beating, probably Industrial would have been the favorite in the district. Would you say? By
I
far?
think Columbus Industrial, going into it, I thought they would probably be 1 and 2.
Right.
You know, so.
Okay. Well, we're proud of you, Coach. We're proud of our girls, and we don't want to look too far ahead. We'll take care of business tomorrow night against Palacios. Congratulations on the big victory, and good luck with the rest of the season. We look forward to talking about it next week. Thank you,
All
Coach
right.
Nato.
Thank you.